I think if you look at my Twitter over a period of time, give 5 minutes on it. Outside of this, you will see that it is very much about promoting the work. It is very much about being positive to the fans. And what this is me saying, as I may be on my way out the door, that look, there's stuff going on here. There are people that are in this industry and they are here to harm it. And I'm trying to save retailers. I'm trying to save whatever we can save of this industry before it goes down the shitter. And I'm very frustrated that people keep acting like like it's not happening. I don't know what's going on digitally. I don't know what's going on in bookstores. But when I see the retailer numbers, they're severely disappointing. And when you tackle that down with what is going on, we're dealing with more editorial restrictions. We are getting less edge, while every other industry is getting edgier. And we are making what used to be an alternative to, say, a cartoon, because what would make an X-Men book good would be you would have Wolverine gutting somebody or sticking somebody. You would have a love scene in a comic book, and you wouldn't get that in a cartoon. But now you do. Now these things are everywhere. You have soundtracks. I mean, I do not believe that Marvel is competing against DC or vice versa. I fully believe the industry has to realize that you are competing against the internet and video games, and you are competing for attention spans. And when we have people that are in this industry in hiring and firing positions, you are putting people in there that will not take a risk anymore. They will not offend. I've been told that I can't have a white girl with dreadlocks. Why? Because it's cultural appropriation. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And this is where we're going, because more and more of these social justice people are in the industry. They're in the companies. They're editors now, and they're going up. There's other editors that are out there, and they're openly saying that it's going to be a good thing to breed out white people from the United States. What's going on? Where's the comic journalism? Why do I have to say this? This is my frustration. And again, go through my Twitter, and you will see that overall I'm very positive on the work. I'm very good with the fans, but I'm the one that has to come out here and say this stuff. I'm the one that has to take the hit. When I'm defending editorial decisions on my work publicly for things that editors have approved, and then I say, hey, this is good, but then I got editors going behind my back and then changing the stuff because they're bowing down to other freaking ideologues that are out there, and then my book's coming out changed. So this is not good. This is not cool. We're castrating a book like Cable because some social justice warrior can't handle a boob on a cover. Is that person the audience for Cable? Are they going to be the one that's running out there and grabbing the muscle-bound white male patriarchy? No, but we're bowing down to them, and we're letting that affect our sales. We're letting everything tumble away. Nobody wants to say anything anymore. Everyone's afraid because the people on the far left, they're lying silent. They're vipers in the grass, and they don't have to fire me. They just don't have to hire me back again. Now, I'm glad you're in. I'm glad that you got in at a time where you were able to build that career. But the next guy like me, it's just going to be even more harder because these people are getting further and further into control of these companies. And when they find out you're a Trump supporter, you're gone because they said it. They said they're going to do it. If you vote for Trump, whether he wins or loses, we will remember who you are. This is straight from an editor at one of the big two. So how do we do that? How do we fight against that? Because
the chat is going absolutely crazy right now.
Yeah.
They are going nuts. Well, look, I mean, this is your fight, John.
I don't want it to be my fight. I want it to be the comics journalist fight. Where are these assholes at.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting that this industry has gotten so low in sales. Everybody is ignoring it, and fans are being ignored. They're being told off not only by editorial, but by creators. And then you have me, and I'm the one that's trying to get the next job. I'm the one who's trying to say, hey, how do I get on an exclusive? And I'm the one that doesn't get a phone call answered. I have been completely disillusioned by this industry, because when I grew up, when I got into this stuff, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I had an opportunity to draw a book and to influence the course of these books? I've turned in over approximately 40 pitches. I don't want to get ridiculous. 40 pitches. None, all but 2 have been completely ignored. They're all blind because nobody's asked me. And I'm trying to say, look, I have ideas. I have a passion for this industry I'm in. And not a single editor is at least picking up the phone and saying, hey, John, we see you got some ideas here. You know, maybe some of them suck or whatever, but you're passionate, man. So, you know, let's try to work with you. Let's try to find a way to where we can put you on something with some of these ideas. I said, hey, let's do it with a co-writer if I have to. Let editorial edit me. I mean, they micromanage everything, and I can't even get an answer except for one pitch that was Captain America working with Donald Trump, and I was going to do it completely as a moderate, as carefully as I could. I was going to balance a wave, because Donald Trump is the most popular fictional character in the United States. All presidents are fictional characters. And if you can ride that wave, not only can you bring in the left and the right's attention to this book because it's Captain America and Donald Trump, but you might get that guy to tweet about it. You might get other people, other media is picking this up and say, did you know Captain America has this going on with Donald Trump? I mean, what happened? What's the worst that happens? You make money? I don't understand anymore. I don't know what's going on. It's like everyone's committing suicide. I don't know why. Now, I do think there are good things, and I see it at DC. I see it with metal. I like Dawnbreaker. You know, all the guys I love, that's where they're at. Greg Capullo, Dave Finch, Jason Fabok. I mean, you guys have the murderer's row of artists, and I want to see that at Marvel. I want us all to have the strongest commercial art going on there, and we keep pulling these people from these indie markets that are drawing airplane manuals. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know anything about comics. The writers are young author, or they'd rather be writing a screenplay. They do not understand the fine intricacies of writing a plot so that you can really build a story from panel to panel to panel into a splash page. I mean, people are afraid of a double page splash. You got to beg for them. And I had said this on another podcast. So I'm going to say it here. Sorry, Ethan. I know I'm long-winded.
No. I'm letting you go.
But I love Jim Lee on Batman Hush. I mean, I got the trade right here, and it's something I don't think many writers get. And there's so many that are coming from other fields. I understand why they don't get it, because they don't know comics. But I challenge anyone listening to this, pick up Hush and tap your finger on every panel, on every page, and count them out loud. And it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Basically, it is like 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 1. Splash page. It leaves the most room for as much art as you can put into that panel, and you can get the big juicy pages all the time. But we got to have 5s and 6s and 7s panels, and I'm like, why can't we do the big stuff? Why can't we have these do what Jim Lee did with Hush? And I don't know about your draw time, but I'm retarded, man. And your art is so far beyond what I can do. But, you know, I'm looking at a day and a half on a page, and I'm drawing digitally, you know, but I'm trying to get everything everything perfect, you know, the perfect balance of everything. It's just stupid retarded. My point is, like, for every panel on a page, think of it as being like 3 hours of an artist's day. And when you start pumping in 5 panels, 6 panels, 5 panels, 6 panels, 5 panels, 4 panels, 5 panels, 6 panels, you're killing that artist. When you do a book like Hush, you give the artist the time to breathe and get back into that 6 panel, that 5 panel. At least for me. I mean, I know you can handle just about anything, but me, I'm retarded, man. And not being offensive to retarded people. So, but I am. I mean, the time that goes on, these are not things that writers necessarily understand. And these editors can't teach them because they don't know either. Give your artists the time to have the breaks, the time to have the good big panels, how to build all this stuff up. Put in a lot of double page splash. And but the editors are coming from colleges, and they never cared about comics. They wanted to be in music magazines, or they wanted to do whatever. They wanted to, if anything, they had an interest in manga, and that's even reading the opposite direction. So, I mean, it's just a poisoned apple, and it's all over the place. It's only getting more and more. And I think it's terrible because my comic shop in the next town over, they had to sell out because business was so bad, like 5 months ago. So they sold to another comic book store, and they had 2 stores already. And so this became 3. And then now they're going out of business, and they're closing all 3 of their stores and relocating into 1. So to act like this is this big poison apple that we're all taking a bite out of doesn't have very. I really do believe that 2018 is going to be a big year for comics, man. Who knows how many stores are right now on the brink of closing. We need leadership. We need people with balls in this industry or vaginas. I don't care, as long as they're strong. And we got to start grabbing the audiences by the throat again. We got to start getting Murderer's Row at Marvel, DC, and it needs to be steel sharpening steel. Both companies. Let the SJWs go into the indie market, and the indie market will weed them out, because the moment they tell the indie market, don't buy my book, they're going to be gone. But they'll do it in the big companies, because the big companies just got big pockets and probably don't even notice them because they're all in the right politics. So, and it doesn't matter, because you can crash the big 2 companies. You can crash them right into the ground. And these people, some of them, editors, are going to walk away, and they're going to say, we won. We took out the patriarchy.
Hey, guys.
And it's like...
hold on 1 second, John.
Yeah,
guys in the crowd, all live, all super chats are going to be given straight to John. So if you want to start tipping them,
brother.
Start throwing them away. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, John. I don't mean to.
No. Like I said, I go on, man. But I mean, I don't know how much time is left for this industry in terms of the retailer divisions. So my fear is that it's just going to be a cascading effect over this year. By next year, I'm really dreading. And that's whether or not I'm in the industry. You know, if I have to walk away, I'll be all right, because I'll go build a bridge and I'll make money and I'll be fine. I'm already okay. So I don't necessarily have to worry about it. But as an industry that I love from my childhood, I look and I say, man, we could have saved it. We could have done some really good things here. And good things are being done, but I believe you need to have a strong Marvel. And the ideology going through these companies is so suicidal, because I don't think they care. But put these people into the independent market. Let the independent market weed them out. And right now, bring in the best heavy hitters you can bring in, commercial artists all over the place, and bring up the next generation. Do like DC is doing with their workshops, but do it at Marvel. Have a hotline to where if you bring in new artists, that you can call up Walt Simonson and say, hey, Walt, got any tips? Heck yeah, he'll have some tips, and put them on payroll. Put Rob Liefeld as the spokesperson for Marvel Comics, because Stan's probably not going to be around much longer. You know, bless the guy. And yeah, and I don't defend that crap that the Bleeding Cool had done to Stan Lee either. I think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit that nobody's calling this out. I think that not because he's Stan Lee, I think that the elderly need to be protected. And when you are dealing with 90-year-old people, you need to protect them, man, because God knows when you or I or your mother or your sister turns 95 years old, they may not be 100% intact of their mind, not to mention their frailty. No one can be a physical victim to the equivalent of Mr. Burns. I mean, Jesus Christ, what is going on with people? So Stan Lee is old, and if he's done stuff in his younger years, then let that come out and let that be a thing. Who cares? Whatever. But as an elderly man, I would not hold him any more responsible than, say, a 5-year-old for tipping over a cookie jar. You can't guarantee this guy is 100% in charge of his mind, because I don't know what it's like to be 95. You don't know what it's like to be 95. And if we start holding our elderly to where we are shaming them into the grave, we are going to be a vile, disgusting people. And we will deserve everything we get from that point on. So God bless you, Stan Lee.